Hey everybody, this is Heidi from Hands Occupied with another beginner knitting tutorial. And today I'm going to show you how to do a rib stitch. You probably, even if you are brand new to knitting, know what ribbing looks like because ribbed sweaters are so popular in our culture. What's nice about the rib stitch is you get these great vertical lines, plus it's pretty stretchy. And that's why, since it kind of has this elastic quality to it, you find it a lot on cuff socks, sweater collars, and sweater cuffs, and like the bottom hem of a sweater as well. So this is a knit 2 purl 2 rib stitch. So as we go, every row will be knitting 2 stitches and purling 2 stitches. So on this needle, I have 8 stitches cast on. So you need at least an even number of stitches to do this, but the easiest multiple to cast on when you're new to rib stitch, if you're doing a 2/2 rib, is to do a multiple of 4. And you'll see why in just a minute. So I'm doing a right-handed demonstration just so you know. Okay, so we're going to do knit 2 into our cast on. So that's knit 1, knit 2. And then we need to switch to purl stitches for the next 2. So the key thing is that you need to get your working yarn to the front of your work. And so don't go around because that will be really weird looking. Bring your working yarn through between the 2 needles like that. And this, the more you practice it, just like when you were learning the knit and purl stitches to begin with, the motion gets a lot easier with practice. So the yarn's to the front through the middle of the needles, and now we'll purl 2 stitches. Next, we need to bring the yarn to the back once again to do 2 knit stitches. So again, go between the 2 needles and then knit 2. And once again, the yarn needs to be in the front for the purl stitches, so bring it in between, and then purl 2 to finish this first row. Now, it's kind of hard to see with just this first row, but that's knit 2 stitches, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. And if you've been knitting for a little while and you've been practicing your knit and purl stitches, you've probably noticed that when you purl, you get what people refer to as little bumps when you purl. And when you knit, you get little V's. You can see that better in this swatch. So the purl stitches here are the bumps, and the knit stitches are the V's. Just a concept to kind of bookmark in your brain as you are learning to knit. So for the next row, we're going to do the exact same thing since we cast on that multiple of 4. So knit 2, 1, 2, bring the yarn to the front between the 2 needles, and if you see, I just kind of flick it over the top with my left pointer finger. That's just the technique that I apparently inherently developed over the years learning to knit. Then we're going to purl 2 with the yarn in the front, and then to bring the yarn in the back, we go through the middle of the 2. And it looks like my technique now that I'm thinking about it as I demonstrate it. I just grab that tail and jump it over that needle so it's in the right position. And then we'll knit 2. And then bring the yarn to the front like so. And then purl 2 stitches. And that's 2 rows done now. And you can see, even just after the second row, you can start seeing those V's in your knitting and the bumps in the purls take shape. So let's do that again. Knit 2, yarn to the front, shoop, purl 2. Bring the yarn to the back, in between the needles, knit 2, bring the yarn to the front, shoop, and purl 2. So as you can see, rib gets pretty easy once you start to practice it because it's just got a nice rhythm to it. And again, purl bumps and V's, take note as you work. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, let's talk about the cast on number. So for a knit 2 purl 2, you, like I say, you only need an even number of stitches. But if we had only cast on 6 stitches, one side would have been knit 2 purl 2 knit 2, and then the other side would have to be purl 2 knit 2 purl 2. And then when you go back to the other side again, it would be knit 2 purl 2 knit 2, and the other side purl 2 knit 2 purl 2. So that's why I recommend for beginners casting on a multiple of 4 stitches, just so every single row is the same thing while you learn the rhythm of the stitch. But if you want to be adventurous and don't mind switching up whether you start on a knit or a purl on each side, go right ahead. Just keep in mind that on each side, I'll show you on the bigger swatch, that on each side all of the V's should be lining up in some ridges up here, and the valleys should be where all the bumps are lining up from the purl stitches. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Give me a like if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more knitting tutorials. Thanks for watching.